Hey Jose, this is Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and taking the time to do a quick website audit from our website and for accepting this more in-depth audit. So tonight we're just going to go over a few tips that you can start applying right away that's really going to help you start to get more of those organic leads and really help you to start scaling your business. So, when it comes to Google and search engines and the whole online environment here, it's really important that you're found on the first page. When it comes to Google, there are really three spots that you can own. The top spot are going to be your ads. Those can either be your cost per click or your Google guaranteed ads. So you could be number one in the placements here. And on average, approximately about 10% of people click on ads. This next section here is your Google My Business profile. And this is a really, really important spot that you want to be in the top three of the maps because nearly 30% of people go straight to this map area and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these three companies here, you're sending all of those leads to your competitors. So now in order to get in this top three, there are several factors, which does include your website performance, but there are several other factors. And one of the most important factors are called citations. And that is simply the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, and Glassdoor. I did take a quick look to see if you had one, and I'm happy you do. You do have 22 reviews, so that's a good start. But there's a lot of things you're missing here on this profile that you really need to complete in order to start optimizing and getting it ranking. You really need to rank this profile for all of your main local keywords locally so you can start capturing that 30%. Now, the third section of Google after the ads, after the maps, is called the organic section. So in this section, you need to be on the first page because almost 70% of people skip the maps and ads and come straight here. So when you're not here, you're leaving 70% of your potential business on the table. So when we look here for the search term water damaged restoration in Charlotte, North Carolina, your top is the United Water Restoration Group. And so that's who you need to beat for this specific keyword. So let's jump back to your website real quick. So here on your website, you have a nice, clean looking website. I'm very happy to see your website is secured. That's very, very important. You've got a good color scheme going. I like that. And I love that you have a click to call button right here. I would take it one step further and also have a form right on the top of your page. You want to make it as easy as possible for your customers to reach you. Let's keep going here. So I'm saying water damage, fire damage, smoke damage, but I'm not seeing any local keywords, and that is key. Unfortunately, Google does not rank websites based on appearance. It is based on your content. Content is key, and so your content has to be written based around your local buyer intent keywords. Those are the keywords people are actively searching in Charlotte right now for these exact services. And so you need to have 250 words for every one of those keywords you're going to target. So you really want to have at least 1,500 words of content on your homepage. Additionally, if you are servicing, those letters are huge. When you compare your content about your services to these reviews, these are really, really, really big. It kind of takes away from your services. So I would fix that for sure. Um, but as I was saying, content is key. You need a lot of it. And if you service outside of Charlotte, so if you service the entire county, multiple cities, you really need to have separate service area pages. That's going to allow you to target each of the areas that you service for your services, allow you to index and rank, so you can get more leads and more jobs. I also noticed, sorry, I'm going a little fast. When I go to your services, these are not separate pages. This is one page. So every single one of your services must have their own page. Each page should be focused on the local keyword relative to that specific service. Um, and all of your pages must have original content, no duplications. Google doesn't like that and can sandbox you. So it's really important to focus on those local keywords and make sure that you're not using the same keywords on multiple pages. So this is one major thing you're definitely going to have to do on your website. Let's take a look at your image here. Let's see, save image as. So these are stock photos. They're not one of your original photos, and you can use stock photos, but you need to be optimizing these photos. These should be keyword rich. It should have your brand. It should have your location. So you're not optimizing those photos. You're not optimizing the content. And so you're really struggling to get found online. Let's take a look at your top competitor, United Water. And yes, they are a franchise, but you are actually at an advantage because franchisees don't have the luxury of actually controlling their website, modifying their content, and focusing on the services and the clients that they're trying to get. So, and you guys do. So they're kind of strapped for whatever the franchisor wants to give them. But as you can see, they have a lot more content. Good summaries for each of their services. Just a ton more content here, which is important. And then once we get down here, they also have service areas. And so each of these areas have their own page. Again, with summaries of all their services for that specific location. So it's going to be really important. These guys are beatable, but it is going to take some work on your part. You're going to have that additional content. You're going to have to focus on those local buyer intent keywords. And you do need separate pages for all services and service areas. Now, let's look at this tool here. This is called Ahrefs. It tells us how your website is performing. And as you can see here, your domain rating, this DR rating, is a 4.1 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, which means Google does not trust your website. And that is 100% based on your backlinks and referring domains. Now, a referring domain is any website that will provide your website with a link from their site to your site. And the backlink is that physical link. It's like a popularity contest. So the more relevant those referring domains are to your services, the more authority it's going to give you, the more it's going to help you to rank, especially tying those to your keywords. Now, if you think of your referring domain as like a power source, like your outlet, and your backlink as that power cord, and it's going to fire up your website. It's going to drive it to the top. It's going to drive those customers. And so this is really, really important for you to have in order to start to rank. And when your website is done and optimized correctly, it should be like a virtual ATM machine. It should be printing money for you. And if it's not, then we need to look at why. And that's kind of what we're doing here today. So the other thing I noticed is you've only been indexed for 12 keywords and you're getting 0 traffic to your website. And this has a lot to do with the content and that it's not really focused around keywords. If we look at your keywords real quick, you are number 1 for biohazard cleanup in Charlotte, but that's in the map pack, not on your website. Sewage cleanup, you're on page 2, or you're ranked number 15 in the maps. So it's actually 5 pages. And the first spot is page 3 here, and that's cleanup.com. So you're not ranking for any relevant keywords on your website. And keep in mind, keywords can have multiple variations, and you want to capitalize on that. But just looking at the couple keywords here, they're mostly sewage, smoke, or fire, and there's only one water damage that's even been picked up. So it's really, really important to focus on that keyword strategy. If we look at your competitor, their domain, we don't have to compete against the entire domain. We're only competing against this area. But because of the power of this domain, it pushes a lot of power to this location. They have a rating of a 16 out of 100 for this location. And that's with only 105 backlinks, 54 referring domains. So a lot of this power is coming from the website, but also the type of backlinks they're getting. They have better quality backlinks. And they have been indexed for over 155 keywords. So they're getting over 300 people to their website every single month. And if you look at these keywords, you'll see why. You can see water restoration company in Charlotte, water restoration company Charlotte, water restoration Charlotte. So they're really focused on those local buyer intent keywords, and they're in the second position. So they are on the first page. There's 10 spots per page on Google. So it's going to be really, really, really important to you to focus on those strategies that I've mentioned today. Now, if you work on these strategies, your website does have the opportunity to be number 1 in your service area. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you found it helpful. I would love to answer any questions that you have. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or give us a call, and I look forward to talking to you soon.